Kombucha has accomplished something genuinely impressive in the beverage market. It has managed to position itself simultaneously as an ancient health elixir, a craft artisan product, and a mainstream wellness staple. All while the scientific evidence for its most promoted health benefits remains considerably thinner than its marketing suggests. The global kombucha market is projected to reach $7.05 billion by 2027, which is a remarkable valuation for a fermented tea that most gastroenterologists would describe with measured rather than enthusiastic language. The production process is where the story begins, and it is at least genuinely interesting from a microbiology standpoint. Kombucha is made by fermenting sweetened tea with a SCOBY, a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast that produces organic acids including acetic acid and gluconic acid, B vitamins, and small amounts of alcohol. The SCOBY contains a variety of Acetobacter, Gluconobacter, and Brettanomyces species alongside various lactic acid bacteria, and the specific microbial composition varies enormously between producers and batches. This variability is one reason standardizing claims about probiotic content is difficult. The organisms in one brand's product may differ substantially from another's, and the survival of those organisms through the stomach's acid environment is not guaranteed. The probiotic survival question that applies to all fermented foods applies with particular force to kombucha because its acidity is also high, which creates an interesting paradox where the organic acids that characterize kombuchas health branding may themselves be inhospitable to the bacteria they're supposed to contain. The research specifically on kombucha's effects on human gut microbiome composition is limited, with much of the positive evidence coming from animal studies and in vitro research that cannot be straightforwardly extrapolated to human clinical outcomes. The sugar content issue is the most significant practical concern for the mass market consumer. Despite fermentation, most commercial kombucha products retain 4 to 8 grams of sugar per serving, and serving sizes are frequently listed as 8 ounces on bottles that contain 16 ounces, making the actual sugar per bottle 8 to 16 grams. This is meaningfully less than soda, but the juxtaposition of probiotic health drink with the sugar content of a light fruit juice is a tension that the packaging tends not to resolve honestly. Homebrewed kombucha allowed to ferment longer can reach lower residual sugar levels, but raises contamination concerns without proper technique and can accumulate alcohol at levels reaching 0.5 to 3%. A consideration for pregnant women, people in recovery, and those purchasing for children. The environmental packaging problem is real and rarely discussed by brands whose identity is built around health and sustainability. Kombucha's refrigeration requirement throughout its supply chain has a meaningful energy footprint. The glass bottles that signal craft credibility have a higher production carbon cost than aluminum cans, and recycling rates for glass vary dramatically by region. The corporate acquisition of the craft kombucha brands that originally built the category, major beverage conglomerates, have been buying up independent kombucha producers throughout the late 2010s. Has largely removed the artisan authenticity from products still marketed with it.